I want to walk you through a little bit about the reflection papers that are going to be in this course. They're pretty important. Basically, as you look at the syllabus, you'll see that there's about 9 different kind of sets of weeks where you're going to be reading, doing a set of readings. So in the beginning, you see that there's one that covers both week 1 and 2. So there's going to be one reflection paper that covers that week 1 and 2. Then there'll be another one that covers week 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, so on and so forth. The reason why we're doing reflection papers quite simply here, and you'll see this in this first paragraph of this document I'm going to share with you, is that with an online class, what we're trying to do is have there be some discussion, have there be something where we are talking about the material like we would if we were in a class together. And the typical way that a faculty member does this is like with a discussion board where you write one original posting and then you have to reply to 2 others by a certain date. And as I sit in my office, I hear the frustration many of you have with those kinds of courses, and I myself would be frustrated with it because I could imagine myself not doing the assignment until the very end. And it's frustrating for those of you who do your work early, and for those of you who do your work late, you're just replying to whatever's there at that point. So instead, what I'm going to do here, what I do for my online courses is I use something called a reflection paper, where basically the idea is that by the end of that time period, you'll have done the reading, you write something about what you learned, and then I reply back to you. Essentially, so a reflection on what you've done. This does not have to be complicated. It really doesn't have to be. So it can really be as simple as 3 paragraphs. One paragraph, I want you to, in all these chapters, you're going to be reading 50, 60 pages a week. So it's not like in one paragraph you're going to be able to summarize 50 or 60 pages. Take 1 or 2 interesting concepts or thoughts. It would be especially useful for those of you who are not planning to read the book and are planning to skim the book. Well, you're going to have to skim and find those 1 or 2 interesting things that you would like to expand on. Then, I want you to take, this is probably the most challenging paragraph. In one paragraph, I want you to think about all the courses you've taken or even your kind of life experiences, and I want you to connect it to that life experience or one of those other courses that you've taken. And then in one paragraph, I want you to share your own thoughts or opinions. So in some sense, it is... in one sense, you're kind of opening up about, your own experiences in this world. It doesn't have to be, this isn't a thing where you have to like open up all your hearts and dreams, your heart and dreams about everything going on in the course. But, try to connect it to something else that's occurred in your life or some of the class you've taken. Share your own thoughts. Summarize a big, interesting concept or thought from that. We're going to do this all in Google Classroom. So let's talk about how you do this work in Google Classroom. So you need to go to this website, classroom.google.com. So let's do that. I'm going to log out here. If it lets me. Okay. So if I went to classroom.google.com, you'd come up with this site and you probably will see nothing because probably none of your other professors are using it yet. But you would open up this, you'd go to this site, then make sure here in the upper right hand corner that you're logged into your hawaii.edu email address. I think the system would let you sign up if you're on your personal address. The only problem is I'm not going to know who you are unless your Gmail address is very descriptive of who you are. And I don't want to have to try to manage what your personal identity is, like Tacoma Driver 54, 808 at gmail.com. I don't want to have to figure out who that is. So use your hawaii.edu email address, and then you're going to click this plus sign right here to create or join a class. for our course here, the code, just so we have it here, is this. This is also in a document that I'm sharing with you, VPS OS MH. So if you type in VPS OS MH, here, you'll then see the course. So then you'd click on the course, click on classwork, and you'll basically see each of these reflection papers. Now in La Lima, I'm going to create links that link directly to this. I should have that done in the maybe still tonight. But I will have some links that go directly to this. But the very first assignment is very, very easy. I just want you to introduce yourself. You could type something up. You can make it a video, audio file, whatever you want. Just something that you introduce yourself. I will do the same. And then we'll have the reflection papers here. The first one will not be then due until January 27th because that would be the conclusion of week 2. So they'll be due on Mondays at 11:59 p.m. So you can manage your work over that time period, right? It's not the idea that every week you're going to have something due. There are 9 times that something is due, plus there are the 2 exams. And the exams we will do in this site as well. I'm going to put this in the instructions here. So then you would click week 1 and 2 and you would see something here, view assignment. When you type it up, you would type it up as a Google Doc, you would type it up as a Word doc, you'd have it as a PDF. Somehow you would post something, and that something that you post will then be something that I respond to. And I will give you comments, I will give you a grade, and you'll use those comments to hopefully do better as the assignments proceed. Okay, so that's basically the reflection papers for this course.